All right, well, since you weren't listening to me, I guess let's just go ahead and listen to you. Just waiting to talk. Let's get into it, the good, the bad, and the interesting of the weekend. Let's start with your good.
My good? What could be my good from this weekend?
Well, I don't know, because it could be your interesting, so I don't know what your good could be.
Actually, my good is that I got to meet Kevin Smith last night at the Clerks 3 tour, because he's been bringing the movie around the nation, so he goes city to city with it.
So Kevin Smith, and for those that don't know, Clerks 3
he's written 2 Clerks movies, Jay and Silent Bob, Chasing Amy.
If they don't know about Clerks 3, they don't know about the other Clerks movies, just so you know.
Just randomly starting at 3 and then going backwards. He's George Lucas here. But yeah, he's done a slew of movies for like the past 30 years. A very indie filmmaker, but I've loved his stuff. So getting to go see the movie with him and there, showing it, screening it, Q&A, but doing a meet and greet with him prior, I got to hug him. And it was just the coolest thing.
Did you ask him first?
He came in hugging everybody that was in the room and was like, "Oh, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming." And
so you paid for consent.
Absolutely,
what it was.
Absolutely. So yeah, that was my good, getting to hang out there, see the movie, because it's not even out in theaters. It comes out tomorrow as a special limited release.
Well, right. There aren't a whole lot of people going to see it, so of course he's like, "Look, if I can meet, if I can meet the 100 people in every city that are going to go see this movie, then I'll try to make it happen."
Yeah.
Well, my good, actually, and this kind of involves you. I had a couple of people that stopped by when I was doing tailgating with JMU at JMU with Bojangles. I had a couple people stop by and say that they really enjoyed listening to the show. In fact, Chief Matos at JMU said that he only gets to listen because his commute is not that long.
Yeah.
He only gets to listen for about 5 minutes in the morning, but he says we always crack him up. So,
Aww.
so that was. So is meeting Kevin Smith and hugging him now still your good of the weekend? Yes. All right, that's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry, Chief Matos.
Right?
Don't worry. I got you. But no, so shout out to him, and then also shout out to Jaden, who goes to JMU and is actually a Harrisonburg High School graduate and went to Thomas Harrison and has listened to the show. He basically has been listening to me his entire life, which means that
You grew up with him, yeah.
He grew up with me. I didn't grow up with him.
You grew him up. You helped steer him into life.
Words. They are great for you. All right, what's your bad?
My bad is that last night had to end.
I knew it.
I didn't want to leave Richmond. I really didn't. And I had to leave before he finished talking, too. He was still talking to the audience, and I was like, oh, it's like 10:30. I can't get back at 1 in the morning. Because Kevin Smith is known to just talk for hours on end.
I wonder.
The guy that plays a silent character in all of his movies talks for like hours on end. So yeah, I'm upset that happened. That had to end. I want to go back tonight for night 2 of the showing.
My bad is that I have the NFL app on my phone, and last year or the previous years, they've had some deal with Verizon to where you've been able to basically watch all of the games for free if they're on TV. This year, it's their own separate thing now, so you actually have to like start an account and like pay for it. And I was like, if I get to see the Giants, $4 a month, I'm only going to use it for like 4 or 5 months. I could do that. And so I ended up signing up for it and did not get to see the Giants game because that wasn't the one that was on TV. It was the Packers. The Packers Viking game was the Fox's game of the week, depending in this region.
Yeah.
So that's my bad.
The Q Morning Show with Brandy and Nick.
The good, the bad, and the interesting of the weekend. So we did your good was that you got to hang out with Kevin Smith. You got to hug him.
You had a hug.
Did you steal a strand of hair?
I wish I did. I didn't think about it, but I should have tried. I was just for all the times being in this industry, I have gotten to meet a lot of celebrities and people I've looked up to. That was the most nervous I have ever been meeting somebody that I look up to. Like, truly was. Like, I actually forgot how to act for a second when he came in for the hug. I gave him the hug.
You forget how to act every day.
I know, but more so than typical.
Yeah.
Like, I went full-blown, like, a hug. Thank you. Now I get to go into a room with you in a minute and hang out with you one-on-one? What? Wasn't expecting that. Because that actually that will lead into my interesting.
Well, let's go. What's your interesting?
My interesting is that Kevin Smith does that Kevin Smith Club thing for fans, so I am a part of that. That's how I got to do the meet and greet. And he actually did interviews one-on-one with everybody that was in that meet and greet for that Kevin Smith Club. So he did a one-on-one interview with me for like 5 minutes, just like, hey, man, how long you been a fan? Hey, what's your favorite Kevin Smith movie? Clerks 2, because I'm in my 30s and they were in their 30s and that film really hits now, and like had a conversation with him.
Right, but so then what's going to be your favorite Kevin Smith movie in 20 years when you're not in your 30s and it's not clicking?
Probably going to be maybe this one. Probably this one when I get to the age where these characters are in this film and I start facing all the things that they're facing there. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it makes more sense than it did on that September night in 2022.
All right. You good?
Yeah, that's good. I'm done. Right. That's all my Kevin Smith for today. He's gotten more than he's gotten in the last 30 years.
That's all he'll get. Yeah. Well, my interesting, I don't think it tops that. My interesting was that I got complimented a lot this weekend, actually.
Hey.
One, about the show. But then also, I got carded twice this weekend, and both times I got carded, 2 different days, by the way, and both times I got carded, the people that carded me went, oh, wow.
Now, is that the oh, wow reaction? Is that really like, did that make you feel good, or was that like, did it have the other effect?
No, what do you mean, did it have the other effect?
Because sometimes when people do the oh, wow with me, it's like, oh, I'm old. Yeah, I know. Like, I don't know. It hits me differently sometimes.
No, they're like, dang, go on with your bad self. You're in your 30s and you could maybe just graduated college. And I'm like, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Go Dukes.
Here, keep the penny. It's fine. Don't put it in the give a penny, save a penny. This is your penny. Thank you for the compliment.
Your compliment penny.
Yeah. And then I had 2 people at the JMU game say that they liked my hair.
All right.
One of the girls over, I was grabbing something to eat, and then one of the girls said, I like your hair. And then I was leaving the game, and the woman goes, hey, she's like, you were here last week. I recognize your hair. I like it. It's like, thank you. It's like, I'll be back in 2 weeks. Keep the penny. So
that's the interesting. Brady was actually hitting pennies out all weekend.
So that's my interesting. Is that I had 4 cents. I was giving away money. So if you see me and you want to compliment my looks or my age or whatever, I don't have a penny right now, but I'll see what I can do. All right, we got your celebrity news on the way. There you go, the good, the bad, and the interesting. It's Q101.